In the last video, we went over adding a new feed into the content library. So now that the feed is in the content library, I want to go over how to add new content items into the content library. So, like I mentioned previously in a previous video, you have the different tabs up here in the content library. So the one that I always like to focus on most of the time is the feeds tab right here, because this is the way that you can organize all of your content within your program. So you can break it down by topics or by population or by program. And so I've got a bunch of different feeds loaded into my system right here. And at the very bottom, I created a brand new feed titled Ensala Testing Feed. So this is where I'm going to add my new content item that I'm going to create. So up here at the top, you are going to use your mouse and left click on the Add New Content button right there, and it will load up this basic information page. So this is where you want to fill out your basic information about your content item. So I'm going to call it Ensala Content Testing item right here, right there. So I'm going to give it a name, and then right off the bat, you can see content type. You have several different content types that you can create within the Ensala system. And the one that I probably use the most is the content. So this is basically giving you a blank page with an editor where you can build a new page of content, such as like text and images and all that stuff. A summary is just a paragraph or a little blurb, maybe about an article or about an announcement that you're wanting to show to your program. File is a PDF or a Word document, and then a link is like a URL web address that will link the user out to a different, it can link to a page within the Ensala system or out to, I don't know, like a news article at CNN or CNBC or something like that. You can link out to different items. So I'm going to choose content for this item. I am not going to give it a content image, but you can. So this is basically like the little preview image that the user will see right there. Well, so I'll go ahead and do that just so that we can see it. Okay. And then I'm going to zoom out, and I'll leave that blank for now so that it adds it manually. And then this right here, which feed you're going to post it to. So I definitely want to select the Ensala testing feed. You could do multiple. You can select multiple feeds that you want to put this article into, but since we're just testing, I'll just do that one. You could also create a new feed right there. But I definitely like to select this because I like to keep my library organized. You could change the author name. You could select population. The date published, you can change this. So if you have an older article that you want to move up to the top of the list, you could move it to the most recent date available, and that will move that up the list. Your program, you've got your program right here. You have your package. You can select one package or multiple packages. And then I'm going to do, let's do description. This is a description. There we go. I've got that. And now, so I filled out everything on the list. Now I'm actually ready to start editing my document. So I'm going to click on the button that says begin editing right there. And it should give me a pop-up. So make sure if you are doing this that you have your pop-ups enabled, because there is a pop-up editor that comes out. And if your web browser does not have your pop-ups enabled, you will not get this pop-up. It won't show up. And so now I can start building. Hello, this is my first document. document. Beautiful. And so here's all the different tools that you have to edit a document. So you have the name, which you can rename this page using the pencil. You can upload an image right here, or you can upload a document right here, or you can also hyperlink this right here out to a different page. So actually, let's do that. We're going to do a new window. We're going to say, okay. And that will make it a hyperlink that you can click on. And then you've got your tools right here. Your font, the size, bold, all that good stuff. And then you also have the preview button, so you can preview what your document will look like. But one thing that I always like to mention is that with this editor, you have two different sides of this particular editor. You have the design, which is where you can build right here. And then if you scroll down with your mouse, you also have the HTML. So if you wanted to manually update some of this information, or you wanted to see a link that has been added into the system, you can use this right here, this tab, to find out more information and manually manipulate. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the design. And the last thing that I'll mention is right here with the image, or with the one of the reasons I like to mention the HTML is because you can upload documents right here and you can use them in other parts of your system. So I'm just going to upload a document right here that's going to go into my document manager, and the big 3 right there. I'm going to select that. Oops. Cancel. So it's uploaded, and then I'm going to upload. Perfect. And then I'm going to insert that right there. So I just uploaded and inserted my document into this document that I'm creating. And if I go onto the HTML side, I can see the link that has been created. So I could use this in other parts of the system if I wanted to. But that's it. And then before you're finished, if you're all done with your content article right here, 2 things I want you to do. Go ahead and click on the save button. It does not auto save, so make sure you're clicking the save as frequently as you want. And then that green button right there will say publish. And let me click that again. So an article does not go live for the end user until it is published. And I like to also refresh the screen just to make sure it's published. And one of the reasons you really want to publish is because if I scroll down all the way to the bottom, you can see the author, and you can see there's a column that says locked by. So only one user can work on an item at a time. And that is important because if you are editing a document, then you have locked the item and you need to publish the item before another admin can come in later on down the line and edit your document. So always keep in mind that if you're editing a document, nobody else can edit that same document. So you want to make sure that you publish that thing when you're finished in order to unlock it and make it available for someone else to come along and use it. So that's it. That is how you create a new content item within the system. And as you can see, there's no limit to how many content items that you can create in a system. So go forward and create as much as you want, because it's a great way to get people coming back to your system, engaged in your system, and just really make it as robust as possible. So thank you for watching.